We kind of look out in the world and we're like, anything that a wine company can't normally do, we're going to take a look at that and try and do it.
Why do you think that the wine business even needed to be disrupted in the first place?
You've got an incredibly complex world, different languages, different countries, different grapes. I mean, the variables are immense. The second thing is you've got an emerging audience, an emerging consumer base that wants to explore things, that wants to try new things. And so we saw those two elements and we were like, there has to be a solution, and it's probably leveraging digital technology, direct-to-consumer, e-commerce, all of these things to make wine easier and to make it easier to explore and enjoy.
Why did you decide to put wine in a can?
The can is definitely like an emerging format this year. Yeah. For the first time, you have customers who are like wine drinkers are incredibly accepting of new formats and new ways to enjoy wine.
So what are some of the experimental ways you're connecting with your customers?
Context and like touch points are things that we really value. They actually enhance like the flavor and understanding of the wine. We have done user-generated wine labels, for example. We've got one called TBT where people actually submit Instagram photos and then we have a contest and it ends up going onto a label. Our campaign for Ruza this year is actually user-generated from Instagram. It was someone who took a shot like this, you know, at the Grand Canyon, and then now that's rolled into our whole campaign. And then we've evolved into even having our own magazine, which is an incredible amount of work, but it creates this context that we're looking for. It's something you can touch, it's something that you can feel, and it rounds out all of these great stories that are in every box that we ship to every home.
What's next for you guys?
We've been doing wines in kegs.
Okay.
And so I've been experimenting with like at-home wine kegs.
I just had a vision of like frat boys doing keg stands with wine.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Oh dear.
No, it's not quite, it's much more sophisticated. Part of the trick of like, part of our whole business is like, how do you get great wine in people's glasses? And it's not always like a traditional bottle and a cellar and a sommelier in this traditional process. It can be in a keg with a pump at a party, as long as it's great wine.